Yo, it's your boy LOZA. We're watching a new Dark Magician deck profile that apparently topped. We're going to do some roasting, some boasting. Thank you to Seb, my homie who sent this in. Very cool. We are going to be waking up and drinking. I just woke up, so let's go.
Anything you want to say before we get into it?
I just want to give shout outs to Sunny and all my friends over here at Channels for helping out making
He seems like a nice dude.
Right on.
That's
cool. Let's jump into the list.
Alright.
You're gonna watch it on
first of
1.5
all,
though.
I run 3 Dark Magicians. I know it's a little weird because most DM players I try and start on 2, but I like 3 because I can see more often and I can fuse a little bit easier with this. And also,
He said he likes playing 2 because he likes playing 3, sorry, because he likes fusing with it. So that makes me think he's playing ref at 1. And it makes me think he's playing secrets. Okay, sure. Let's move on.
I play a lore, so I don't want to bash on my teams for that.
He plays a lot.
I
Okay,
play
cool.
1 Red Eyes, of course, for Dragoon combo. So
Cool.
for DMG, because of the fact that
Cool.
she's a soul's target and also target for Dark Magicians when it dies to bring back, and also target for soul.
That effect's never relevant, but
and then
sure.
The Stratos of the deck, 3 Rods. Rod very good because of the fact you can search for any DM star trap card you want.
Yes.
And then also
It is.
there's a little combo I do
It
with,
does the bare
getting it
minimum.
away and then get it back later. So we'll put that later on. And then I play 3 souls. This card is one of the best cards under the deck.
Oh yeah, love this card.
Yeah, this card was really helpful today. especially
This
since
card's
I
so
got IO'd.
good.
So I
And still by itself, it doesn't do anything.
just send my spell cards to the grave, draw 2 more cards, and then just make rotate afterwards. So this card's really helpful.
Love it.
And then 2 apprentices. This card's really helpful. I'm just gonna draw like a brick like Dark Magician Girl, I discard her and then keep going. Or this card's a Dragoon or Dark Magician in battle and just say, you got my Dragoon, do you want my Dragoon?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, both really good effects.
Yep. And then for my spicy little tech, I run 2 Phantasmes.
Don't do this. You can't play Phantasme in this like what? Sword Soul's the most played deck. Do you think they summon a Link monster? Flunderies, Eldritch Trap. All decks that don't summon Links. Phantasme is not a main deck card right now. I don't care that it's a level 7 Dark Dragon, which has perfect synergy with the deck and it puts bricks back. This is dead against like half the decks in the format, including the main deck of the format. Please don't main deck Phantasme in a non-link heavy format. Side it if you want to play it in this format because there's barely any links, and then you just side it in when it's relevant. This is a really shit take.
I love Phantasme in this deck because of the fact that there are a lot of links. Like
It's good in the deck,
stuff like
but
that.
it's
And then this
format
card's also
specific,
targeted for
like
a
Super
fusion spell
Poly.
to make
It's
Dragoon
so
go faster,
silly.
Dragon faster. This card was helpful for that. And it's also stuff I can overlay with if I need to.
Yeah, the card's wasn't really seeing much play today, but it's definitely good.
And then I play Triple Ash.
Even the guy filming it's like, yeah, it didn't see much play today, but it's good.
And Double Veiler. So yeah, I know Ash is here. Bear's here not just because of the fact that
These
also
are fine.
Good hand trap, but also because it's a neophyte target.
If he's
for
playing
speed.
cross out,
And
it makes
also
more
target
sense.
for,
Okay, he's playing Hulk.
for fusion material.
He's playing
And
Hulk,
then for
that's
spells,
cool.
I run 3 circles. Circles is
what?
the main part of this deck. For spell card counts.
People would need to stop saying that. How can Circle be the bread and butter of a deck when it doesn't resolve half the time? Like, come on, man. The bread and butter of the deck is, like, literally Illusion of Chaos. That card gets you to every card in our deck, essentially. It can get you to Rod, which gets you to any spell trap, or it can get you to Souls, which gets you to Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl. Like, Circle and the bread and butter of our deck since, like, 2015, bruv. Like, I think it's actually 2016, but whatever.
Because it just banished some DM banish, and also this card is really good because I can just send it off with souls if it's dead, and then keep drawing more cards after that.
And you're probably hitting a lot off of the first effect, considering
yeah.
your deck is mostly Dark Magician cards.
Oh yeah.
No. That is where you're wrong. Circle never hits.
100%.
Nice.
And then Soul Servants. This card is my favorite spell card in this deck. This card
Yep.
is helpful because you can stack your cards.
That's
for
true.
Kickoff, or you can stack it for
Best spell on the deck.
Artemis combo with Rod to get a Souls on top and then get Rod in your hand too. So this
Finally found an Artemis player. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This guy is a king. He's playing Artemis. I love to hear it.
like goes hand in hand with that. And this card's just really helpful because also draws some cards. Like I got IO today and this was sent to Grace, so I just draw 2 and I'm gonna stop this.
Dark Magician engage.
And then a Lord of Darkness. We can draw cards. This card gets better when the new ritual drops, but
Yeah, this card has never really been that great. It's been okay, but it's never been like, you know, good or we'd play it. But you know what? Maybe we will with Illusion of Chaos. Maybe. Because, like, we got Preps, Illusion of Chaos. People are like, oh, I brick on Illusion of Chaos. Well, just play Allure, idiot. Maybe it's a good way to play the deck. I wish we had some way to interact with Dark Magicians that were banished and bring them back, but we don't. But whatever.
But until then, this card is really helpful. Just keep digging for more cards and help pops up soul search if I need to. And then talents, may I say more?
Yeah, talents.
This is a good card.
Effect.
Yeah, talents is
Card
too
good.
powerful right now. And then I like to call this Dragoon Turbo.
Yes!
Yeah, it just makes Dragoon on.
Yep, because
Yes!
you can engage, grab drones,
Strike a
guard,
gang.
Back back, make kinda gain 100 life points and go Dragoon from there.
All right,
Oh,
I mean,
I'm
you're playing a lot of
peeking
spells.
my mic.
So it does help. And then one Salvation. Salvation is also a card because you can set throwing souls. Is a fodder for Rod. I mean not Rod. Souls if it's dead. It's also a good chain block for Circle because you got just go to graveyard. You can just summon back and keep going.
Nice.
And then of course Red Fusion because again Dragoon. And then this card's really helpful. This is
One.
a fusion / ritual card for
Oh.
DM. This
One Red Eyes Fusion. Not epic. Not epic, but whatever.
card's powerful because of that you can just use summon. So I use this using Dark Magician into and cast me into like Dragon Knight, Dragoon, Dark Magicians, all my fusion monsters. This card's
Oh
one
yeah,
of the best.
that can make Dragoon. That's cool. Nice.
And then for traps, 2 Eternal Souls. I know some people want to cut down to 1 of, but I think it's good as 2 because of the fact that like you might see it, you might need to get rid of all the souls or something. Like it's a good fodder if you need it. And then 2 Imperms. This card might be buffed up in the future, but this card's really good because of that you can just imperm what you want, and then it kicks out the Dark Magician effect too. So this card's really helpful for that. And then the cards they might butt a lot today. IDP.
IDP in the main. All right, that makes sense.
Yeah, this card's really helpful against.
Card's
Banjo
pretty good.
Today. It was helpful against Tanky Soul Sword today. It was really helpful against a lot of decks that.
I've always just said if you really want that circle banished that badly, just play IDP and Trap Trick. Like, you get 2 banishes, it's even better.
Has 1 type and needs that 1 type kick off, so this card's really helpful to just keep going.
Has a lot of coverage in the current meta.
Yep, and it also helps me make dragons sometimes too.
Nice.
And then, of course, Skill Drain. This card is really helpful today.
Yep.
Because as soon as Dragoon's done,
Card good.
flip it up. Dragoon's still
Yeah.
go, but Dragoon's just. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Dragoon.
And then for extra deck, 1 Dragoon, 1 Dark Magicians, and 1 Timaeus. Of course, Dragoon's the big boy here. I love this card. It's my favorite fusion monster in this deck because it has a effect where you just, with spell trap card face, you can draw. It's spell trap card set at the same turn, and this comes out really well with.
It's still
fusion
bad.
And also with Imperm too. You can just set Imperm and use the same color. So annoying trap card, set it there, keep going. And then Timaeus, this guy's really good because of the fact you can just make Dragon Knight and Dark Magician summon this, and now they're stuck trying to deal with this because it attacks back row from everything too.
Okay.
And then Ebon, this card is pretty good because of the fact you can just summon Dark Magician
I'm going to make a rank 7 deck soon because we might lose Anaconda and I think it'll be fun.
and pick up a circle effect without circle. So this card's really helpful today for that. Then second Dragoon, kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
was really helpful today because it just bombed through.
He
and
better
got
be
rid of
playing,
Dragoon,
he's
and
playing
then,
Hulk, so he's
then
got to be
Dragoon.
playing
Yeah, have
Celine.
fun. And then Celine, of course, to make him. Do you guys say more about this card?
Yeah.
And then Verte, yeah, a lot of people
Cool.
want this card banned
Yep,
soon.
Verte. Yep, Verte.
But this card's really helpful. It helped me out a lot to just get rid of Dark Magician or
Yeah,
Rod, keep going.
I'm kind of on the train where this card needs to get banned, but it is so nice to have the backup plan, and it summons this thing so much, like, you know.
Oh no, I
It's
agree.
gonna change the game if it goes away.
Yeah, but I won't miss it.
Yeah.
I can use support.
True.
This card, absolutely,
Yeah.
so I'm good.
You're one of the few decks that can still make goons without it.
Oh yeah, and then Neo Fiber. This card's really good because like I said before, I use Baylor. This is a Baylor target to summon that makes a lean like Sky Trickers do, and this card's just like really good, just like keep going and also get rid of cards I don't really need anymore for that turn. And then Phoenix and Bewitch are just the 2 cards I use to like get rid of my board so I can like get.
Alright, these are kind of wasted slots in my opinion. Wee Witch, you should never play Wee Witch. Like, Wee Witch was only played when we were in Master Rule 4 and you literally couldn't summon fusions without having link arrows. That was the only time. Wee Witch is garbage now. And I mean, the Dark Charm is just around the corner, so that's an easy replacement here.
Get your Yemeni graveyard to kick off Eternal Souls, or to just power Dragoon, or just kill annoying back row. So these 2 just really help for that. And then the 2 Sky Tracker cards, the Dragoons.
Good. They're the
upgrade
best
and
ones.
Yep.
And these 2 are.
Some of my comments are like, why don't you play Hayate? Why don't you play Shikuza or whatever the other one's called? I'm like, bruh, do you read your cards? Like, 1, Kana has a downwards arrow. 2, Kana wins in time because you gain 100 LP. People are like, oh, my friends are playing Hayate because it can attack and win in time. I'm like, what are you talking about? Attacking's only when you're playing second. Gaining life points off Kana is on either turn. You could do it first. Like, what are you even... Do you even think before you speak? So anyway, these are the only correct 2 Sky Striker cards to play for the Anaconda combo. Not to mention, if Anaconda goes, the Striker Engine leaves the deck. Just so we're clear.
It's a combo with Dragoon all the time, which is Bugari, Kaina, and then it leads into Dragoon. And
Makes
then,
sense. Oh yeah, you need the Link Spider for that. That makes sense. Yeah.
And then, Wing Spider and Induct, because again, good Dark Magician,
Nice.
Souls,
Yep.
and keep going. So these guys are really helpful for that. And then finally, Moon Maiden. Moon Maiden,
Yeah.
I love this card because I can link it to Rod.
Artemis
Um,
Gang!
spell cards, give you this off,
Let's
Rod back,
go!
and then Rod's not turned off because of this.
Oh yeah.
This card's really helpful for
A
that.
lot of Link ones. Okay. And we'll just go through the side real quick.
Yep, and inside, 2 Nibiru's, 2 Lancias, 2 Drows. These cards helpful because, well, they're just interesting format besides this, but they're still helpful for some annoying rogue decks. So this is really helpful for that.
Here you have 2 ups, of course. Yeah.
And then
Yeah, he's got the OCG theory where you play 2 of everything. I don't like that theory, but sure.
For spells, I run Dark Ruler. A lot of people ask me why I use this instead of Droplets. This is better for DMs because we need hand advantage.
Yeah.
This card is just better just
I disagree. Like, well, look, I don't care what you play. You can play Chalice, Droplet, or this. They're all really good options. But Dark Magician, or Red Eyes Fusion more specifically, I guess he's not playing it at 3, so fuck it. Play your Dark Ruler, Brody. Red Eyes Fusion plus Droplet or Imperm wins you the Sword Soul matchup going second, then and there. That is a great reason to not ever play Dark Ruler. If you can finish a game against Sword Soul that quickly, that's a really good thing. That deck can grind very well. That deck can make boss monsters that out Dragoon. If you can win there and then on that turn, you go for it. So I will always stand by Chalice or Droplet with Rev, honestly, over Dark Ruler. Not saying Dark Ruler's bad, like Dark Ruler's a great budget option. Not only is it cheaper, way cheaper than Droplet, but in that case I say just play Chalice. But anyway, Dark Ruler's good, and I don't want to shit on people for playing it, okay? Because it's a good card, and you have the right idea. I just think Droplet and Chalice are better. But once again, that's me looking for the OTK potential playing second, whereas a lot of Dark Magician players are just trying to get their board set up. And that's fair enough. But while we have Dragoon, I think OTKing is actually quite possible. But anyway, let's move on.
say like, okay, board wipe, keep going, and then yeah, this card's really helpful because Dragoon's not turned off when you pop something.
Yeah, not every deck can use droplets.
And then Duster, just a one-up. I might take it out in the future for something searchable like Dark Magician.
And yeah, you just play ref and then you droplet away the ref and anything else you need to in your hand. Like, it's not that bad. Like, I understand not wanting to give up card advantage in Dark Magician because we need like 2 cards to get going a lot of the time. But honestly, it's worth it, and you're playing second, so you have 6 in the hand normally, and like, should be fine, honestly. But try Chalice and Droplet before you try Dark Ruler, in my opinion, guys. Test online, so you don't have to pay for cards, and then make your decision from there.
But direct attack, but besides that, it's just helpful now. It's a quick
Duster good,
on back row. And
but
finally,
actually, I disagree. Duster and any spells this format are so questionable. Like, I think back row removal sucks right now, especially because like any back row deck's probably going to be playing that king of the thing. I forget its name again, but you know the one I mean. The guy who protects all their back row. I just think you play evenly. Like, if you want to play a blowout card to get rid of their board, just play evenly, guys.
for traps, I run 2 easy matches.
Oh,
and 2
sweet,
judgments.
nice.
Easy matches can help.
Playing evenly at 2 though, that is he probably didn't have room, and let's be fair, he probably just ran out of room. I think when you play a blowout card like evenly, you need to play it at 3 because you really want to see it. But whatever, it's fine.
Helpful today because if I just kill out their back row and keep going, or if I just had Dark Visions, I can draw this and then set it and then use it to turn to set.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
Yeah, I guess.
Because the fact that this card was able to help me stop Twin Twisters, stop Cyclone, stop Evenly, and then it just turns on really fast because again, my favorite cards in the deck. This card can just
Yeah, set that off the top.
Yep.
That'd be crazy. I'd be so mad if that happened to me.
it happened today.
How do you even like get to the Dark Magician's turn 1 without losing half your hand though? Like, it's just not a viable way to try play the deck, in my opinion. I just don't like it. Convince me I'm wrong, but it just seems like such a waste of resources.
So it's funny.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing your deck. I appreciate it. YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like the video, and if you don't mind subscribing to the channel. And thanks. Hope you have a great day.
I just noticed he has a Kingdom Hearts necklace, so that is very cool.
It turns on.
I guess the only concerning thing here is they didn't talk about his matchups, and I always find when people don't talk about matchups that they're... Not that they're hiding something, but, you know, there's something that's being misled here. I don't know, to me, like, talking about matchups is important because it helps us as the audience to believe them. It helps us believe how, and, like, they explain how they beat these matchups. Because, like, let's say he's like, oh, I have a Sword Soul, and you're like, oh, whoa, how did you beat that? He's like, oh, game 1 this happened, game 2 this happened. And you're like, oh, cool, makes sense. But when people just don't talk about matchups, I don't know, it always... Not to say that they're lying, but it just makes me feel uneasy, you know? I'm kind of like, well, you know, you didn't really teach us anything about the deck or how you played it or, like, what text worked, what text didn't. You mentioned the Dark Magicians a lot, but you also said you like that card. So to me, it feels like you're just biased and just talking about it a lot because you like it. I don't think it's good. And you didn't really convince me that it was good, even though you're like, oh, I can set Judgment. Going second, that's terrible. And you were only playing 1 ref, which means you know, you're going second, boards weren't good. I'm guessing you won every dice roll because your build doesn't go second, like, at all. I didn't see anything that really helped you play second except the side. And once again, that's fine. But this is information that's, like, kind of important when you're talking about, like, a top or OTS top. In my opinion, anyway. I mean, OTS top's just a local anyway, isn't it? But I still like that information. It does help a lot. Anyway, overall, not a bad deck profile. Definitely some stuff I would have changed, but once again, each to their own. I still think ref at any number below 2 is incorrect. Like, when you get hand trapped on Anaconda there, like, you just can't send another ref for the rest of the game. Like, what? You've lost your ref, and that's your best way to Dragoon, so it kind of sucks. Not playing Magicalized is a personal preference, but yeah, I still think Magicalized is great. And while you're playing the Dark Magicians, why would you not just play Magicalized too? But, yeah, whatever. Cool profile, guys playing Artemis, you'll love to see it, and I'll catch you guys next time.